Now that Paramount has Warner Brothers, what are they going to do with it? Why not start off by hacking off the games division? Welcome back, everyone. We're here to talk about Warner Brothers and Paramount coming together in one of the biggest mergers of all time. This is going to greatly impact the entertainment industry across the board. Whether you are someone that enjoys games, whether you are someone that enjoys movies or television, I think this is going to have huge ramifications. And as someone that talks about those things a lot on my channel, I felt that it was important for us to discuss this. But we also need to take this a little bit with a grain of salt. This is coming from Ted Sarandos, who is the CEO of Netflix, and what he has heard, Paramount has agreed upon finally going through with this deal with Warner Brothers, where they're buying all of Warner Brothers, to do $16 billion in cuts. Now, they have said, apparently to the people that are loaning them money so that they can do the deal, that this is what they're planning on doing, $16 billion in cuts upon this acquisition. And apparently this will be taking place over the course of the next 18 months. Now, while the CEO of Netflix is not the one that is going to be doing any of this, because Netflix backed out of the deal to get Warner Brothers and Paramount is doing it, they still have been able to see the books for Warner Brothers. And so what Ted Sarandos said based on the books is that he knows that the highest costs for Warner Brothers is basically in productions. It's people in productions. So what does that mean? Well, there's lots of different types of productions that you're going to have going on at Warner Brothers. Some of those obviously will be movies, things like Superman. There's a lot of movies though that we're getting from Warner Brothers, not just superhero stuff. I mean, Wuthering Heights was also Warner Brothers. There is television series, and I mean, Warner Brothers owns HBO. They're in with HBO now. So we're talking Game of Thrones. We're talking that new Harry Potter TV series that's going to be happening, whatever's going on with that. However, there is one area on this here cut of fine business that looks the most juicy to me for Paramount to cut from, and you might be able to guess what it is. We're going to talk about it a little bit as we go through this, because obviously games is going to be that juicy cut, right? Paramount doesn't do games. They do TV, they do movies. They don't know anything about games. So if they're going to cut from somewhere, that would be my first thought as to where they're going to look. And it's pretty terrible because Warner Brothers Games is already not in a good state. We've had a ton of cuts. We've had Multiverses come and go and fail. And I actually thought that was really unfortunate because I played Multiverses and I actually liked it. We also have Monolith recently that shut down, which is working on, apparently, by all reports, an amazing freaking Wonder Woman game that was using the Nemesis system, which you might know from Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War. And the Nemesis system was with Monolith Studios. Warner Brothers owns it. And the sad thing is, now that they've shuttered Monolith, they lost all of the developers that actually know how to code the Nemesis system. So the people that know how to program it are gone, but Warner Brothers still owns it. But they don't have any people that can actually build anything with it. I also have friends that worked at Monolith that I talked to about it, and I'm so sad that that studio is gone and that we will never get to see that Wonder Woman game. And now in the state that Warner Brothers Games is in, which is already rough shape, we're going to give that over to Paramount, who is stepping up to just do even more cuts. And the thing with Paramount, like I said, is they are mainly known for movies and TV. They are not known for gaming. So it seems likely that that is where that cut is primarily going to start, in the games division. So, I mean, it is important for us to also take this news with a grain of salt. The Netflix CEO is the one that's saying this, and we do need to consider, obviously, Netflix's part in this, and, you know, are they a bit butthurt from how this deal went down? They pulled out of the deal, but in essence, they were kind of pushed out because Paramount refused to back down. The people at Netflix feel that Paramount should be just as scrutinized for their deal as Netflix was being when they were trying to make this deal. So maybe they could be saying this just to kind of throw Paramount under the bus. But to be honest, I don't really think that this is coming from as much of a place of them like wanting to get back at Paramount. I think Netflix made a smart business choice in not going forward with the deal. Stock prices also dropped for Netflix as a result of trying to even broker this deal. And then on top of that, them leaving the deal actually gained them, I think it's over $2 billion. I think it might be $2.8 billion. So let's be honest here. What's the better choice for Netflix? Do a deal where you will you're overpaying for Warner Brothers catalog, and as a result, you will lose some money on your stocks, or don't do the deal and make $2.8 billion for essentially doing nothing. I wonder which is a better deal. Now, granted, $2.8 billion is not as much as Warner Brothers is worth. Warner Brothers is worth, I believe, $69 billion right now. So it's true, you are missing out on the potential earnings from that. But honestly, why fight someone over something like this when the company that wants to grab Warner Brothers already has its own problems that it's dealing with? I mean, there is a very good chance here as a result of this merger where Warner Brothers is not doing great, Paramount's not doing great, combining two companies that are not doing well and expecting it to be some sort of amazing new company, this math is not mathing. And to be fair to Netflix, I mean, why would they even overpay to get Warner Brothers now when Paramount and Warner Brothers coming together likely will not be some sort of magical, now both of these companies are healed by finding each other. If you're sitting in Netflix's seat, I'd be looking at it and I'd be like, okay, well, you guys can have each other and we'll see how that goes in like 5 to 10 years. And then maybe I can get you for less. Both of you for less even. But at the end of the day, no one making a deal to buy Warner Brothers is good because monopolies are bad. Mergers like this that are massive are never good for almost anyone involved, other than the people that have, money shielding. Anyone that's got their suit of money on to pad them from danger will ultimately be fine because they'll be able to retire and have all their money and they're going to get out of this and they will have learned nothing. It's basically like Batman with his plot armor, It's like Batman died. No, he didn't. He was just traveling through time. It's almost that crazy level of safety that these people are experiencing, no matter what happens to them. However, there are a lot of people that will be impacted by this, and that's pretty much everyone else, including these companies, which might not make it out of this. And before we even get to the end story of that, potentially, there's going to be so many people that are going to lose their jobs. I mean, $16 billion in cuts, that's a lot of jobs. That's developers that are going to go from having job security to having none, potentially, when these studios close. It's all the people that are working here that are really going to be impacted, and also consumers. It's going to affect the kind of products that we get, what gets continued and what gets canceled, and I think that's really sad. I mean, we've already seen losses, so many losses in recent years from this type of dumb deal happening. I don't even really like doing videos like this, but the reality is I think videos like this are still important to do. And even though sometimes I do rue them, and today I'm actually feeling a little bit more inspired to be talking about this news, even though it's negative, because I do feel that we can make a difference. I really want to believe that even though it feels like history just keeps repeating itself, and we have mergers like Discovery and Warner Brothers that did not go well, and we've learned nothing from that, and now we're going to have Warner Brothers Paramount, and I imagine that won't go well. Even though I look at history sometimes and it feels like we're stuck in a loop that will never end of just terrible things happening and us learning nothing, I also believe that we have the power to change things. I also have to believe, in order for me to get up every day, that making videos like this can help because it can inform people on what's going on, and it can, at least from our level, teach us about how not to be. Like, if you end up becoming someone who is at the top of one of these businesses, if you are one of those people, if I happen to be talking to you, I hope that we can all learn something together from deals like this and learn how to be better for each other. So I want to believe that doing stuff like this can help to create some kind of change, or at least allow us to feel that we are all in this together, and that, there are so many of us, and to not let big companies trample over our dreams. so to speak. But the reality is, I mean, this is happening, and I mean, take this news with a grain of salt. I don't know if we're actually going to get $16 billion in cuts, but based on how ridiculous this deal is, I would not be surprised. I do think that there isn't much reason for Netflix to like lie about their insight on it. And if we are going games first, there's going to be a lot of amazing studios that have made some really fantastic games that are going to be under fire. We already lost Monolith. We could potentially be losing NetherRealm, Rocksteady, Warner Brother Games. There are various Warner Brother Games studios around the world, but Warner Brother Games Montreal, Canadian. Avalanche Software, who gave us Hogwarts Legacy. Portkey Games, who works on all the Harry Potter games, including Hogwarts Legacy. The Lego games? I mean, if the Lego games go, we have to riot. It's just necessary. I just feel like if we lose Lego games, a light in the world will have gone out, and there will be blood as a result. Anyways, that's all I have for this one. I hope that this video didn't bum you out too much, and I hope that there was a little bit of a silver lining to the idea of us being informed and creating change as a group. I hope that these cuts don't mess everything up too bad, but the reality is this might just be what's happening. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, friends, stay nerdy. Bye! Let me know what you think of this down in the comments below. Also, if you missed this news, you should check it out.